Yo, welcome to another episode of Conversations. It's your loud host, Sung.
Ryan.
And today I am super excited to have a special guest of ours. Just a little brief background. Everyone in K-Town probably knows who she is, but just to elaborate a little more, she is the CEO of JSLA Events. She hosts many events. She also is a social events manager for Inner Crew, curates all these events for all the fun things to do. And on top of that, she was actually a co-host on Messy Sexy Me
Podcast, right?
podcast. And now, surprise, she is a mom. Jess, welcome aboard.
Welcome, a.k.a. Alazay.
Yes, welcome to the Dome.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, they're still going, dude. They're still going.
But yeah, man,
Thank you.
I don't even know where to start, man. I think
my
you were one of the first people that I genuinely met when I moved to LA. I remember, I believe you were going through something during that time. We met, and
I was going through a breakup.
you were going through a breakup.
Yeah, 4.5-year breakup. Yep.
And
I know which one.
man, one of our bros introduced, and that's one of the things that was one of the greatest brightest moments when I moved to LA.
Okay.
And to have someone like Jess and to grow a relationship like a sister, I could definitely look at her. I know we're both born from different mothers, but she is definitely like a sister of mine. I support her in everything she does, and I'm so proud. And she has the most adorable kid. Presley.
An intro, dude. That was beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you for the love.
Yes.
Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here, Jess. I know
Thanks
it's
for inviting me.
I know it's very hard because you have a lot of.
No, I've been waiting. I've been waiting.
You know,
I was like, when are they gonna invite me?
no, but thank you. No,
Of course.
honestly, you're on the list. You're on the list. So, like, we're going through the list of all the dope people in K-Town that we need to bring on board, to have on the pod, right? So, thank you for being our guest today.
I'm excited to
But
be here.
real talk, man, yeah, she's dope. She has a mural in K-Town.
She does.
Yeah,
Is it,
and
where is it exactly?
Yeah.
So I had it on where the IHOP is. It was one of the creative centers, but it's already been painted over. But
Okay, so then this was you also used to model when you were younger.
Yeah.
And they used you as like the main model for this mural.
Yeah.
I know it looked dope. I didn't know it was you until we mentioned. Then I was like, how did I not know it was Jess? It's like it's
'Cause
obviously
it's a painting.
Jess.
It's hard to really tell.
Yeah. Is there anywhere else that they're putting it up or?
I had one in Highland Park through Findac. So he is amazing. He's an artist from London. So he's been a muralist for such a long time. And he's just, I don't know, I'm just so grateful he uses me as a muse. And, he books all around the world. He uses so many different beautiful girls. And his art is just, he has a signature, which is like drops of paint that comes down their face. But he's working on like some pretty cool stuff right now too. So I'm just
Now,
grateful.
your honest opinion,
Yo.
can we be one of the models?
I don't know about
We just
you,
had to
but
talk.
I definitely
We just had to
can.
talk to him.
Okay.
Hey, but the other thing, I'm not sure if you caught on. She actually was on billboards of some casino. PF. Oh, was it?
I did see. Actually, did. See,
Wait,
Yeah.
was it PF Chang? Or was it?
No.
Pierre
Pierre
Chang.
Chang.
Hold on, let's slow down. Let's slow song down right now, right?
PF Chang's.
Wait, I can't pronounce it.
Pachanga.
Yeah, I can't roll it off.
Pachanga.
But it was,
We don't
it
wanna
was
offend-
Harrah's.
Oh, okay.
We don't want to offend.
I can't.
Harris.
Is that the ones in like outside of like Reno and stuff like that, or was it in California?
It was in Funner, California.
But was it? So that's where the casino
That's
is.
where the casino where we filmed from with Quincy. So we did it with her, and then she got 2 billboards. So one that was on Western and like First, that area near the Chinatown fast food joint thing there.
The Winchell's, and there's like a
yeah. And then the other one is next to my first job, which is like M Grill. So I had
Koreatown.
one there. In
I also
Koreatown.
saw another one. I think it was Western. It was Wilshire and Vermont, when the gas station was before, and I think it's demolished now.
I don't know.
Was
But
that you
the
too?
2 was on. The 2 was the one that was on Wilton and Wilshire, where M Girl was, and then the other one was on First. Well, maybe that's where it is. Yeah.
And the other thing that I really admire about Jess, and I'm not gonna lie, she's multi-talented.
Yeah.
But have you heard her sing?
Of course.
Oh, God.
Are you
Whoa,
kidding
have
me?
you heard her sing? Dude?
Of course I've heard her sing. You know what I mean? What have I've been doing?
I know.
No, but check this
Talking about
out.
late
I
night?
saw her fucking. Oh, I saw her sing for the first time. It was on one of those. It was, I believe, it was somewhere in Art District where you sang for the talent.
Oh my gosh.
And she was so nervous because the fact that it was like, I do believe it was the first time I went there. I was, dude.
Wait, like Arts District, was it a competition?
It was Tuesday night. Oh my gosh, I can't even remember because I have mom brain right now. But
you saying creep?
yeah,
Yes.
I was so nervous. It was so crazy how scared I was, and I was just telling him, I was like, oh my gosh, because so many of my peers were there, and I had to sing it. But so I went up, and then the music stopped right in the middle, and then I had to make a decision to go a cappella, and I went a cappella. And luckily, I had good friends in the, he was my number one. He screamed, was like, ah! And then that boosted me up, and I was like, okay, I could do this. But I was literally sweating balls. Like, I was pellet sweating. I was like, oh my God, I'm an idiot. Like, this is so embarrassing. Like, I can't show my face. And then he's like, go, Jess. And I was like, I opened my eyes. I was like, acapella.
That's like a movie. I feel like that's like
I have the video.
Yes.
You sent it to me.
Like, isn't that like the storyline of like Coyote Ugly or something? Like she like
She was like dancing, right?
Yeah. I mean, she was a but she was a singer. She was an artist. I watched that movie like a million times.
The bar.
She's a singer too. Yeah.
But yeah, I remember she did that. But I bet you if you're in the audience, you have not known she was nervous. Because she fooled me. I was just like, hell yeah. I was hyping her up because her voice, it was...
Even right now, I'm nervous. I'm like turning red right now.
Oh,
I
no.
can feel it. Because my face.
No, you're great. You're great.
I'm like.
That's why we got.
No, you have a great glow. You have a great glow right now.
Everyone knows Alazay.
Yes.
Okay?
You guys
It's more like who doesn't know?
I was like shocked that DPD was the one that. No, I'm just kidding. I love you, huh? Just joking.
And you know what though, just for our audience, like just a brief background for where you were born.
Oh yeah, so I was born in Indianapolis, Indiana. I'm a military brat. So my mom is Korean. My dad is Caucasian, so like French, German,
all of them,
like all of it, yeah. So but it's more like on the Scandinavian side. So yeah, it's just a hodgepodge of so many things. And then I just lived everywhere. So I was born in Indianapolis, went to Korea, lived in Kentucky, Germany, Arizona.
Wow.
Texas, came to California in 8th grade. So I came here in between all of that in 8th grade. I went to Kashmir Middle School in Torrance, and then I also went to Brendo Middle School in K-Town.
Yeah.
So I've had a really eclectic life of travel and experiences, and all of that was before the age of 15. Wow. So I moved here when I was 16. Right when I hit 16, I moved here, and then I finished out school.
Did you identify as Korean or as white or like?
That's what's hard is because like I feel like I as a mixed person, I identify fully as both. So it's like I am Korean and I am Caucasian.
I actually heard this. I'm 100% Korean and I'm 100% American. Like like you know what I mean?
Because it's like my dad is like Kevin Costner, so it's like when I go home, it's like my dad. That's my home. That my dad. I'm white as fuck when I go home, and then when I'm with my mom, I am Korean as fuck when I'm with my mom. It's like there's no half, So it's like I am whole of both. But growing up as a kid, I wasn't around as many Koreans. I was around some Hapas. There wasn't a lot of Asians, so I wasn't around so much of it. But I was around Black, Hispanic, like it was very mixed up. But once I came here and I went to LA High, it was like Koreans galore, and then I was like,
I
you got hated on by Korean girls.
Well,
right?
yeah, me and Cammie was our first. She was in 9th grade, I was in 11th grade, and it was our first day at LA High, and we were like, she'll say I was dogging her, but we're like kind of like scoping each other out at the auditorium. But once we walked in there, it was like all of them were like dogging us, and then they're like they thought we were narcs, and it's like, are you serious? I was like, are you serious? Like, we're narcs? I was like, dude, shut up. And then we went through all of that, but it was cool to experience being able to have the first portion of my half be a variety of all the races, of everybody out there, personalities. Like, I'm grateful that I can go on my Facebook and it's like all my friends are everywhere, right?
Yeah.
But then I've been here for 20 plus years. I came 2001. So now I have all these different groups of friends here, and it's a large portion of different Asian ethnicities. So
I'm assuming when you grew up, there were probably a lot of challenges because identity, like you said,
of course,
when you're young, you're always curious, like, is she white? Is she Korean? And then you got identity crisis of who you really were. Culture.
Yeah, I've always had identity crisis because you don't fit anywhere because it's not like, Koreans in Korea. You know what I mean? Like you have a home, it's homogenous of where you come from, but like I'm not white enough and I'm not Korean enough, and then people are like, you're Mexican, you're Hawaiian, you're Filipino, you can sing, you're Filipino. I'm like, I guess I'm Filipino, shut up. Like, so it's like after a while, also too, it's kind of like the times back in the day, people were not so
open-minded,
but they didn't have like not so much open-minded, but like they didn't have the accessibility of seeing so many people and understanding cultures and things like that. And I was so lucky because I met everybody and understood everybody. So it made, because I'm a very like emotional person and I can feel like on such a deep, weird level. So it's like it made it harder for me because I couldn't like shut off being like ousted or like. So every time I'm always the new girl. So like every 2 years, 4 years, I have to move. So it's like jail. You have to prove yourself.
When you say that, you meant when you were a kid, right?
When I was a kid. Yeah, because like
not now, but
now I'm like just different cities.
But
now
you're UK town.
Billboards everywhere.
Yeah, but back then it's like if I'm in Arizona, then I had to go to Germany to Kentucky. Kentucky, it's like mainly it's Texas. Right when I got to Texas, it was like a large majority of Hispanics. So it's like Puerto Rican, Mexican, Guatemalan, but it's like my first day I come in, I'm from Kentucky, I have like butterfly clips, I have like a prep t-shirt, I have like the stack shoes, and then it's like the girls try to fight
Girls
me.
hated you, guys liked you.
So one girl, Melissa's like, she's my boyfriend. She's trying to get with my boyfriend, but her boyfriend asked to walk me home because
how old is
this is in 8th grade.
8th grade, you have boyfriend, girlfriends. Wow.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I
mean, started young.
I know, it started really young.
Really? We started. Well, it's just innocent. But she had a boyfriend, and then I'm a tomboy. My whole life, I played soccer. I'm like super athletic, and because my parents divorced so young, I identified in my masculinity energy to protect myself because I didn't have my mom raise me, which is not normal. Usually you have your mom and then your dad's not. But my dad took care of us and my mom came to California to create a better life for her, So there's just so much there.
Which is interesting, and I don't mean to cut you off, but it's one of those things where it's like when I heard that story that your dad was the one that took care of you, but he's American, like he's white, right?
Yeah.
And then he came to LA, and then you still somehow because in my mind, and I've heard half of my family cousins have married white people, right? So it's like and they're all great people. I love them. They're a family. We have a blended family now. Like it's like all the kids are beautiful because they're all Hapa, So like, but it's just so interesting that you could have easily taken that route where it was just like I'm mad at her. F that. I don't want anything like to do with my Korean heritage.
Yeah.
And I just want to, da-da-da. But I don't know, was your dad a part of that where he kind of was like, you should learn that? Or were you just kind of learning it because you're in that, like, you were in K-Town, basically. You went to LA High. That's like half Korean, half a quarter, black, and then half whatever.
Yeah.
I know that's
your
my
facts
are completely off, but
I saw the numbers working.
Yeah.
So I get it.
I
saw all that. Don't you worry, I got it. But basically, for me, it's different because my parents divorced when I was 11, so I had already a high maturity level of understanding of divorce, family splitting up, having to move all the time, always being the new girl, always having to like. Ebb and flow through situations, to critically think, to, problem solve on such a different level. It's just already so challenging at such a young age. Also being half, dealing with racism. It's like,
And are you the oldest, youngest?
No, I'm the second oldest. My older sister's 7 years older. I have a younger sister 2 years younger, and a brother 5 years younger.
Are they all as well Hapa or?
My older sister, she's technically my half sister, but of course that doesn't, But then I have a younger sister. She's from the same dad, and then a younger brother from the same dad. So the younger three are Hapa, and my older sister's full.
Are they half all Korean?
Yeah, the younger two are all Hapa like me, and then my older sister's
Korean or half
Korean, half Caucasian.
Your dad likes
So
Korean.
your dad
No. We're all the same
same mom.
Okay.
I was like, dang,
your dad loves
it. But my dad did have 3 marriages, so he's Ross from Friends.
Another thing that I remember is I always like listen to her story. She always has like, it seems like you have a chip on your shoulder, right? The one thing I know is she will always look after you, and I think it's because the fact that she grew up and shit. I feel like listening to what you're saying, it just seemed like there was like a lot of disconnect. You're trying to figure out things, and when people like accepted who you were gracious enough to accept them with open arms.
Yeah.
And I say this to you because that was me. When I first moved here, like
that's why we get along.
Yeah, we get along big time. Because like on the real, like when I first met her, I was like, damn, that girl's really hot, right? But then after I got to know her, I was like, dude, she's like a homegirl. Just like how she said that's Tom. And then like,
well, because she said, you my homeboy.
Oh yeah, she put me in the friend zone real quick.
She was like, what's up, homie?
And don't worry about it.
But with that, it was great. And I remember one particular moment that still sticks out because no one has ever done this, even you. So you gotta catch up, bro.
Okay.
So I had gout. Okay, and I remember that time I was so stubborn. I didn't want to go to the hospital.
I can't help that, bro. I can't
But what happened was I remember I couldn't walk. And I was so stubborn not to go to the doctors. And I was in denial saying I don't have gout, but I'm like crawling on the floor.
Totally had gout.
I'm not going to name who, but I happened to be at somebody else's girl's house. And she didn't know because I didn't tell her. Mm-hmm. She literally came to my house to surprise me with
crutches.
Yeah, I don't know why I slipped on my crutches. And she was banging on my door and she's like, and then finally she goes, hey, where are you? And I'm like, I'm not home. And she's like, well, I left these crutches for you. So I came back home, it was right there. And when I tell that, I was like, I mean, I'm telling you this now. I didn't tell you, but like, that's one of the things that always stand up. And knowing that just shows what kind of character she is. Mm-hmm. So I think that's something that I think it built her up from where she came or where you grew up from. And I think everything happened for a reason.
Oh, totally.
And now, like, from there, and like, it just, I like where this is going. And
I love you. I like where this is going.
I heard you're 3 sisters and a younger brother.
No, 2 sisters and a younger brother.
Oh, so two sisters and a younger brother.
And I've had 2 stepsisters and
so then that's 4, but that's 4 kids, right?
Stepbrothers.
Wow. So that's 4 kids. So I'm saying
4 of us,
you, older sister, you, brother or younger sister?
Younger sister, younger brother.
And so my question was, and this goes back to what you were saying about being caring and this and that, and like, do you consider yourself a middle child?
I consider myself the middle child.
Okay, so that's a big huge trait. My wife's the middle child.
Yeah,
she's
black sheep, middle child.
What's the character?
It's just very like I mean I don't want to.
No.
There's like a lot of people pleasing.
Yeah, I'm a people pleaser. You know, I definitely had to grow through that. My daughter, by having a daughter, you know, helped me through this. And then I always have lots of insecurities. Like I don't belong. I think like I'm not good enough. I have my imposter syndrome's like through the roof. I still have. Like Quincy just had a lunch with me and I want to like open something up. I want to create something and I'm holding myself back because of my imposter syndrome. And then she has to walk me through it so my anxiety gets so high, you know?
And we're here to walk you through it too.
Yeah, we are.
No, I appreciate it. But I just want to humanize it that it's everybody goes through different challenges. And like always the way the cover of the book is like, that's why it's so important to get to know people and like everybody's story is so important to delve into and you know not judge so hard. But
the imposter syndrome, just so some viewers might not or audience don't understand, what is an imposter syndrome?
Do you know what it is?
No, I really don't. That's why.
Okay,
I'm speaking for myself. Let's just be real.
Let's say, bro.
Just for song, but
basically like you don't feel like you belong. So even like let's say we were like in the NBA, right? Like we're rookie, like. You're kind of like trying to pretend that you belong and you're like, but you, in the back of your mind, you're always just beating yourself up or you're like, oh, I shouldn't be here. And I did that with Kinjas.
Do it all the time.
I did it with Kinjas too. Like people would be like, you're a Kinja. I'm like, I'm
like you always do that.
Yeah. I'm like the one,
I'm like, what the you're a phenomenal dancer.
Thank you.
You are so good. I met him and he's like, we're in Vegas partying and then you know, he has such a charismatic personality. So I already really liked him. I was like, okay, we're going to have such a fun weekend. And then all of a sudden we get fucked up and he's like doing all his dance. I was like, oh my God. Skill sets. Wow. Like so talented.
They were all like, yeah.
So talented.
There was a lot of variables.
Do more. He's like, okay, I could do more.
Yeah.
He's just doing more.
After a while, I was like, I ran out. I got no more.
He said that to me. He's like, I ran out.
It's crazy though, man. Like that's the same way I got to know.
I do think that there were a lot of variables to help my performance, but we're not gonna talk about that. But anyways, yeah. But like, now you want more? You have a kid. You just had a daughter.
Yeah.
Congratulations, by the way.
Yes,
she's very beautiful.
Yeah. Thank you.
Reminds me a lot of DVD.
Yeah, they're twins.
But you know, especially when the picture when she like get. Like, dude, you know how many times I've seen DVD like that? Like when you like sticking your tongue out now. But she's
he's
beautiful.
Drunk,
yeah,
she's
when
sober,
he's drunk.
but still the same.
But like how's that been for you? Like
Man, I'm still like in the nitty gritty. I'm knee deep in it. It's so it's 100% a blessing, and I am so grateful because like I wanted to have a kid since I was like 11. I wanted twins.
Okay.
Like I envisioned myself being a mom since I was
Do
little.
you still want twins now, though?
Yeah.
I don't know. We just talked about it. I was like, dude, if we had twins, we would be more dead than we are right now.
But you would get it out of the way faster. You
Yeah,
know?
but I'm like, I was 37 when I got pregnant, 38 when I had her. I'm about to turn 39. I am so tired.
You guys had to do in vitro and any of that stuff? You
No,
guys just did it?
I had a miscarriage the year before, and then we tried for a year, and then the month that I was gonna give up, because we tried literally, ovulation,
You guys just got drunk or
everything.
something? Like,
We were like, it was our
Like-
2-year anniversary for our wedding,
Oh, nice.
or our 1 year, and then we're like, you know what? Let's just party. Let's just have fun. Like just let it go. And then we had so much fun. It was a great December. And
That's
then
how
I got pregnant.
that's
and
how most people do get pregnant. It's like that was like the best way to do it. Just like, let's just do it like we don't want it.
Exactly.
And then
It just happens.
So
yeah.
that's that's like my feedback to all people out there that are like really stressing. The moment I know, not for everybody. Everybody's scenario is very different. Some people do need IVF. We were considering, yes.
Yeah, and the fact
So
that
the
you're
answer
at
is
your
yes.
age, it's like
Yeah.
it's kind of
we
more.
were there.
There's
We were
risk.
saying at that November before the December that we gave up, we said when we were like, let's party this month because we were gonna go into IVF. So we were
hurrah,
like,
last
we're gonna go. Let's just get it all out of your system.
And
Go
then
do
boom.
and then go do the IVF. Right?
Surprise.
He got it all.
Yeah,
out
he
of
got-
his
he got-
system,
definitely
that's
got
for
it
sure.
out.
But seriously, 11 months after the miscarriage, and I went through so much like trauma of the miscarriage, and then the stress of that 11 months of like timing it, ovulation, everything, like putting my legs up against the wall. Like, I mean, I did everything that people say to do. It's just crazy. I know. Trust me.
Is that a real thing?
It's a real thing. Well, I don't.
I saw that on Friends. Like,
I don't know if it really works.
Oh, did you watch it on Friends?
Of
Did you
course, I watched. But I don't know if it really works or not. But but at the end of the day, though, like just try to live in your moment, and like as much as you can be stress free, it's better for you and your body, because it was like my body was so stressed, and at the end of the day, I got lucky. But I also know I'm saying this not just because I'm lucky, but I know many people that have the same story. Like I share this,
Yeah.
and many people reach out and go, that happened to me, that happened to me, that happened to me. So I just want to share that as a consensus to everybody that's listening. Like, if you're trying, don't give up. Maybe take a break, get back to yourself, get back to the love, go have fun,
Get
and
drunk.
then get drunk, like have
tequila
fun.
in there,
Yeah,
Let it all
so
out.
much
That's how most
tequila.
people get
Yeah.
pregnant, like not unwanted.
Seriously.
It's
but-
like the least when you least expect it.
I think
Yeah.
that's great.
Yeah.
That's great advice because, well, for you to be on this podcast, you're a very rare person because we don't have many girls on, and
And Happos.
we don't. Yeah,
And a mom.
and Hapas. Yeah, is Hapa the right term though?
So
That's like a-
Hapa's originated from
Japan.
No, it's a Hawaiian.
Oh,
Yeah. So and then we kind of
Took it, yeah.
and so it's not it is, but it's not.
yeah.
But we don't really have a better word for it. So I like Hapa, so I'm sorry, but
Yeah,
but it's not correct. No. I mean to
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Hawaiians.
So I have the
feel bad.
ultimate question, and I'm pretty sure this is on their minds. Since we're talking about this, white and Korean.
Yeah.
Right? What made you choose Korean guys versus guys?
Yeah.
Oh, you want to really get into that?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
there's a reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really
Yeah.
want to know because
We
you know,
always
like,
wondered
'Cause I've never-
because she's one of the good ones.
Yeah.
Okay, so the number one factor is BO.
All right.
So
But that's a lot of diet though too, right?
Yeah.
No, it's not even. It doesn't even matter because my dad's white and like he doesn't have this. It doesn't even matter about the race, but it's just Asians don't make me feel a certain type of way. But I have such a sensitive nose, and my mom has it too. Like I didn't know she had it. She just told me recently. But I am so sensitive, and I play soccer, so we scrimmage and I slide tackle. I get up in there, so I've smelt
Dang.
everybody. You know what I mean? Like
She
I
smelled everybody.
rub it, just move, and I'm like,
Who's
so
that?
I've had my opportunity, and like I played in Texas, and like the guys are fine. Like there's so many hot white dudes, everything, and I've dated and I have had white boyfriends, but I've actually never had sex with a white guy. And I
He
know
needs an Irish Spring. That's what he needs.
no, I've had opportunities, but there's like circumstances of why, like different like health reasons or something like that. Like I just wasn't feeling it or something. But It's not that I don't want
Health
to.
reasons, like you don't want to throw up or
But it's not that I don't want to. I totally find them 100% attractive.
As long as they're hygiene, like I get it.
I've been with different people. It's just I never really did with a white guy because just the ones that I really did like, there was a smell. Except for one guy. I do kind of, but anyways, I don't want to go.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
married.
cool. That's cool. I got
But
you.
anyways, but Asian guys, so like they don't have a smell. Like of course there's
It wasn't about the
stinky.
culture, or we got.
No, it
So
had
she
we got
went-
huge dogs,
So she went up there and just started
Nothing
smelling
to
it
do
all.
with that.
Like, no,
Nothing to do
not
with
that
that.
one. It's the
Because if it was
BO.
about all that
Oh
stuff,
god, no.
I would have went. I would have been a different
Yeah.
person for sure. But
I think she pretty much.
No,
My-
it's because
my
of the
thing-
dongs. Koreans, we
passed
have
the
the
smell
biggest
test.
dongs.
She
my
was.
thing is like the way I gauge it is like when I wake up, I love to cuddle.
Okay.
So like if I wake up and I'm in your armpit and I want to gag, I can't be in your arm.
Yeah,
I can't. And I'm a cuddler. I love to like. I'm definitely a touchy person.
All
So it's
over the
like
place.
yeah, and then Korean, Taiwanese, Vietnamese. Like there was never really a
stanky Asian.
that made me not. So that was the only reason for me sexually. That's why my count is the way it is.
Word,
yeah.
word.
I
Hey,
thought it was
props to
Asian.
that.
Yeah, I thought
Props
it
to
was
that,
because
'cause
we're
you
tight,
could
but
have
okay.
had whatever, whatever. So
I mean, you just never know. Everybody's pH is different, so it's
Yeah.
like maybe I just didn't
I
encounter
don't know what
good.
pH. Play
Their
hated.
pH balance.
Degree? Like, what are we talking about here? pH? Asians don't talk about that. What? If you guys need to talk about.
Holy shit!
Oh man, so now it's we're
Anyways,
moving on
yeah.
with this. Like talk about Messy Sexy Me now. That was a podcast. That was one of your co-hosts in the podcast.
Yeah. I love my co-hosts Nikki and Quincy, but I had the baby, so I had to take a break because as you guys know, there's so much.
First, before you can find Messy Sexy Me on YouTube.
Yeah,
YouTube,
YouTube,
plus
Spotify, Apple.
And what do you guys talk about like on that? Like
We are pretty versatile. We talk about everything,
Everything?
from sex to life
To
to BO. We talk about BO. I mean, we talk about everything. That's why it's messy, sexy us, like who we are, and we don't apologize for it. So I love this space, and it's some of the best things I've ever done in my life. Some of the best content I've ever created. But we've just kind of taken a break right now because. Nikki's killing it with her career, Quincy's killing it, and then I had Presley, so it's just really hard to, you guys know, it's so hard to do all of it and build your startup up, and I'm not a half-ass person, so I don't want to not give my all to our baby too. That's our other baby.
Dude.
So we'll come back. It's we put a pin in it. We'll come back to it in time, but for now it's just you guys can just watch all the episodes and listen to us being raw and unfiltered.
So what's one of the best episodes that a lot of people tuned into?
Like what should be
Yeah,
the
what should,
episode to
you
listen to?
must
to be like,
watch.
"Oh, that's gonna get them to
I don't even know. We talk about some crazy stuff. Like the sexual stuff that we talk about is crazy.
Sexual stuff, like
Yeah, like just our
Which one is it again?
experiences. I don't want to call it out because I don't want to call out that person per se because that's her story. But there's
Jane Doe.
there's some really good stuff in there. So just all the episodes to me are pretty good. We don't hold back, so everything is salacious in some way. So
that's
it's,
kind of
like,
what
super
the
fun.
people need, though. You know what I mean?
They do.
Yeah, it's
'Cause
just
that's how girls really talk. Girls,
exactly.
I figured out girls are freaking raunchier. And
We're so
worse.
dirty. We're disgusting.
The sailor mouths, like
We're
the mouth of a sailor,
disgusting.
like they're more than like guys. Like
Yeah.
so, yeah. I totally
And
get
with
it.
us three, oh god, you don't even. We're so bad. And then when we have like a guest, so I think we make them uncomfortable sometimes.
So it's
'cause
definitely
we're-
messy. Yeah.
Yeah, we're messy. Yeah, I wish everybody could have a space like that though, because you should have your own like tribe that you can just feel relaxed and like be yourself and say whatever you want to say.
So you took a step away because of motherhood, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, we can like you doing a content creator, a singer, like a performer, and then being out there because that's what you have to do, right? To
Yeah.
kind of promote yourself and everything. Now that you're a mom, you're homebody.
Yeah,
How has that affected you? Like, are you still kind of doing some stuff on the side or like?
Yeah, like I work with Intercrew. I do their socials. I bring in their events. So that's where I'm bringing in.
It seems like they're popping and stuff. Like last party or something.
Yeah.
You had a big old crowd, right?
It was a Kill Bills party.
There you go,
Definitely
yeah.
every Friday. So we're gonna be doing that. Definitely excited.
Oh, you're doing that too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, in
Surprise!
Okay, yeah. So that's you're kind of doing. Are you still going to the events as much as you can, or?
As much as I can, because I have to get a babysitter. Because Daniel's working like 12-hour days every day, so he's doing everything. So I have to be home and be with her, and then we're lucky because we have my mom, and she'll fill in, and then we have his parents as well. But it just depends on like scheduling to see if it works. But majority of the time, I'm just home with her.
Hey,
handling
call up
it.
Uncle Ryan. What do I gotta do?
Yeah.
Just this? Like that? She's in a rocker or something, right? Just gotta do this back and forth.
No,
Like
Like just shake.
She's almost 9
like
months.
this, right?
That girl is just running
Right?
around.
Like,
yeah.
don't worry, Uncle Ryan got you. What you
She's
need?
like
You want some
trying to
Cheez-Its?
grab your joint.
She's like
Yo.
eating Cheez-Its and stuff. Oh my god, that'd be the
She's
worst.
choking.
Don't leave your kid with me.
Man, Rod's gonna be knocked out.
She'd be like, yeah, her sodium levels are really high. Like she.
That pH is really off the chart.
Thanks, right? She has high cholesterol now. But yeah, that's like so the challenge. Okay, so you're balancing it out. Like, how has motherhood been? Like, have you gone through any?
Yeah, I mean, I'm still going through, I go through my waves of postpartum depression. Like, I had a very eventful life. It was very scheduled and
Can
regimented.
you give us an
and
example of a postpartum depression something? Because we don't know.
Yeah.
Right? You know? I don't know.
No,
So,
all the
I
time.
mean, think about it like this. If you are a, what's the best, a high, what is the... My mom brain is so hardcore. Mom brain is real,
Yeah.
guys. It's so crazy. But if you...
High threshold.
if you are like very active, your schedule is pretty packed, you're used to, you know, from at least 9 until 12 sometimes every day, just hustling, going to meetings, doing everything that you can. And I'm used to that kind of lifestyle. I'm used to meetings all day, you know, closing, doing events. It's like such a wide variety of things to do in my day. The way I engage with people, the way I'm creative, all of these things. And then to not, it's in a way, I don't want to like minimize it because it's like I am grateful to have my daughter, but to kind of dumb it down, you know, and it's like just you and a baby, it gets really difficult because you need to be able to have an outlet. And when you don't have an outlet, you have to, I am. So
I'm sorry, I was trying to. That should normally be on, and we get the AC on. Damn office building. I gotta talk to the landlord about this studio. It's better, right? It's a little
It's a lot better.
Oh
I thought she was about to have a postpartum.
Yeah.
I was like,
Are you having a hot flash right now?
You guys induced my menopause. Thank you so much. You want to talk about postpartum depression? Let's talk about my menopause.
Oh, you don't have it yet, right? No. Okay.
no.
Yeah, we don't know what it is. Don't bring those words in here.
No. That'll be like end of 40s, beginning of 50s.
Okay. So.
Yeah, but yeah. Depression it's a hard thing because for me, I'm a very I'm very aware of what's going on in my life, and then I am very grateful for those things, but then I'm also human. So it's like trying to find that balance of like, okay, I feel terrible right now because I haven't had engaging conversations. I haven't been able to execute any kind of creative projects. I haven't been able to allow myself to excel or succeed in things individually. And then on the other side, I have to talk to myself, I have to coach myself out of it, where it's like I'm honoring myself that is valid. But then the other side is I waited my whole life to have my daughter.
Yeah.
You know, I had a miscarriage. Like I waited to have my daughter so late because it was so important to me for me to pick my partner. Like I really was careful who I was going to have my baby with. You know, it's so intentional. And so this time and place, it's natural for me to feel this way, but it's also important to remind yourself, like, you should be so grateful, you know, like, it's okay you're feeling this way, you know, you are so lucky because I have many friends that can't have kids or we're phasing out of it.
Yeah.
We don't know. They can't have their second kid. I don't even know if I can have a second kid. Who knows? Like, I don't, like, think about all of that, but I just try to be present as much as I can, but honor when those depressive moments happen, because I'm allowed to have those moments, you know? So my problem is like when I'm emotional, because I'm not like I'm not out partying, I'm not like doing stuff, so I'm an emotional eater, so my weight has been going up and down, so I will start binge eating, you know, because I can't eat throughout the whole day, and then when she finally goes to sleep, they're like, go to sleep, and I'm like, no, I want to watch my trash TV and like numb out, and like, you know, I'm on Summer House right now, and like they brought in 2 new hot guys, and like the girls are like so much drama, and I'm like, I should go to sleep, and then so I was just kind of yo-yoing with my weight, and then I picked up vaping, which I quit smoking like 10, 15, like a long time ago, but I know that every time I have a challenging moment, the vaping, you have to find balance. Yeah. So I can't go and smoke weed. I quit weed. So I used to smoke, I've been smoking since I was like 17. Yeah. You guys know me as, I can roll a blunt, I can roll everything, I know how to make every bong, I'm like permanent. The person, yeah, and it's true. My dad's smoking now, and like Ohio's legalized, and I went home and he's like, he made cookies. He's like, these ones have a little bit, and I was like, I don't want it. It's like
surprise.
I'm in like I'm in a different place. But you guys know me as like, you know that. But I had to quit that.
Alazay, you know
exactly. But with my daughter, it's like I really want to be present, and when I'm high, I'm like not. I'm phased. I like it, you know. So I'm trying to do things. So it's like I pick up a vape. So even though I get stressed out, I'll go to after I'm done with whatever the episode is of the situation, like she's screaming, diarrhea's everywhere, like, you know, diarrhea's all over me, like things are happening, like, and you know, you can't,
awesome.
It's nuts. Like, guys, parenthood is nuts. Like, no, everyone's like, oh, it's so fun. Welcome.
It's
and
like
then
the movies,
right when you get in, it's like, oh, motherfucker, like, you're fucked. Now you're in it.
I just pooped in your face.
And it's like, why didn't you say that to me? Because you wouldn't have done it. Now you're stuck with me.
Hey, you know what though, man? From what you're saying right now, I'm gonna repeat this from another episode. Like, it's your first time being a parent.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah. No, it gets really intense. So like, you have to find your balance, right?
Yeah.
You have to find your vices. You have to. And anybody who judges you can fuck off, because no one knows your life. You have to pick what's best for you. So I would go between smoking a vape and then binge eating. So now that I am coming out of the 8 months, because she's getting bigger, she's strong, you know, this is my first time really out. This is like my first creative project, actually, since I've had the baby. So thanks for letting me.
Can we bring her as a special guest next time? We'll bring your baby on as special guest. We'll bring Presley for a special guest.
Don't worry.
Uncle Ryan got it, right?
But no. Anyways, but let's continue. Yes.
Yeah.
So the poop in the face. That's the last thing.
But poop in the face.
Okay, what's the best thing? What's the worst thing of being a mother?
The best thing is when she wakes up and she's so happy. Like,
I've
I have
seen
the
the video.
happiest baby.
Yeah.
I come from, like, you know, I'm so good with my dad and my mom now, but our childhood was rough. Like, at least I can only speak for myself. I won't speak for my siblings and everybody else, but I feel like I had it really tough in my teenage years, like youth to teenage years. And to just know I get to break generational curses of like the trauma that they went through, and that's why it was inflicted onto me, to now I get to have a baby, but she hasn't even went through anything yet, and she's so happy, and that just makes me want to do better and be better and like provide better and like just, you know, just be the best mentor and support system she could possibly have, because I felt like my mom didn't raise me as a young kid. After about 7 or 8, she was more absent, and then I want to be there for her. I want to give her that. So I think, to me, the best part is like, I've been dreaming about her since I was like 11, and to finally hold my baby that looks like DPD.
A mini DPD.
To see her. DPP. But to see her and just see the possibilities, that is like, it just, I'll be honest with you, before I had her, I'll be honest, I hit a state of depression that was so bad, where I was kind of like, whatever happens in my life, because I felt like I don't care about being the richest person in the world. I care about experiences and like love and, you know, the quality of life. To me, that's what's important, because I've been around billionaires, I've been around millionaires, and I've been around so many people. I have deep conversations with so many people, and they're so unhappy. They have everything and they're lonely, all of these things. So to me, that was never like my thing. My thing is like creating a good environment of love, right? And to have something where I get to start from scratch and like create anything with her and like be that, is like that's just the most beautiful thing to wake up and appreciate that. I think that's
You know, my
That's
dad told me a
partially
long
why
time ago. Like he told me that the babies, like when you have a baby, is a different type of unconditional love.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Let me ask you, the first time Presley touched your finger, how did you feel? Because my dad told me the minute you know unconditional is the minute you pick up your baby and your baby just grabs your
So
finger.
for that with guys, right?
That is-
She's like this.
Exactly. You're right.
No, but
Okay,
still,
You're
no,
right.
man, but
You know,
The,
like,
fing-
I don't
the
think
finger
she-
is the guy,
Yeah,
because that
the
was
finger's the guy.
DPD.
Yeah.
Daniel.
Oh, DPD.
No.
Because Daniel had I had a C-section.
Oh,
I
wow,
said
okay.
epidural me up.
No, so you're
She was
you're
drunk
like-
out.
I had Jesus
you're
pose.
like, I had a
I was
baby?
like, and then they're like, "You want to hold the baby?" I was like, "Does it look like I can hold the baby?"
Nah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna hold her all year,
I was like,
forever.
I can't hold the damn baby. I can't even feel my freaking eyeballs right now. And then Daniel had to go over to cut the umbilical cord, or it was already cut, but he had to go over to see the baby, and that's his best moment.
That's what they
he
say.
went over and he goes, I think he even cried. He's like, right when I went over there, she grabbed my finger. That's why it's so cute. You said that. She grabbed my finger, and he always goes to that memory. So it is a
And
man.
the other thing I heard is like the first after that you count the fingers and
Can you
toes.
talk-
But anyways,
we
yeah.
have to count
that-
all the fingers and toes.
yeah.
I don't know, I was so high.
Were you really?
Like I was, dude. The epidural is so strong. The needle's like this long. It's like so hardcore. The guy hit it wrong
Really?
Yeah, and I
so
was
how
like,
many times did he mess
twice,
up?
but
Twice.
and then I think he was practicing on me, and I was like,
It was like his first rodeo.
dude, you guys want to hear?
Yeah.
She was sunny side up, so she's flipped up.
Mhm.
She has to be flipped the other way to go out of my canal. So they
So it
had.
wasn't choice by C-section, by choice.
So I was trying to go natural. Naturally, I was trying to go natural, right? Because I was like, I don't want a C-section, right? I was in every weird sexual position possible, and they also gave me a bar, and it was crazy. And like, I know you guys have male people, so it's like a male viewer, so people don't really know this, but they get you on your hands and knees, and then the ladies in your vag, and she's like a football, and she's like
like the Ace
push,
Ventura.
push, and then you got her inside, and she's like inside of you, opening up
Oh,
because you have
ouch.
to help the head and the body come through, right? So you're on your knees, then you flip to your side, then you put your legs up like missionary style. You put it up, but I had a bar, and then they gave me a towel, and they're like push, and I'm like pushing, and it's like they just keep doing this, and I gave in so much energy for 2.5 hours, which people can go on for like 14 hours. I don't have the energy for that, and I give my all. So I'm like about to black out. I'm like at 2.5 hours. I'm like, she won't flip, and then she keeps opening it. So I'm thinking maybe her arm's out, whatever. And then she's like, no, nothing's happening. And I was like, what the fuck? And she's
But
like,
DVD was like, she's like, sir? Huh?
yeah.
What?
It was so crazy just because I am a person who judges myself a lot. I'm very self-aware. So I'm like doing all these weird positions in front of all these nurses. And like, I don't know. It's just so awkward.
DPD's probably like,
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They're like, sir, do you want? He's like, huh? Wait, wait, what's going on?
I mean, after you go through it for a while, you give up because the pain is like
Yeah.
crazy, and like, I mean, I had an epidural, so it wasn't like too crazy, but I can feel all the pressure, and then it's just so weird what you have to do to get the baby out. It's like
I was a
pretty
C-section
intense.
baby.
Yeah.
I was,
but
I
through-
was as well.
You were?
Because the thing is, when I came out leg first, and they said that if I waited like an extra 30 seconds, I would have done that.
Yeah.
And then after the
So
C-section, they said
dangerous.
that you have to constantly get C-section because my sister got one.
Yeah, I have to get another
And like, my mom, every time we messed
Really?
up,
You
my
have to
mom, my
keep
mom,
getting it after
Yeah.
you do
'cause
it?
they said that if you don't, like,
Oh,
I
it's all-
just heard this recently. And my mom, like, literally every time we messed up, she'd be like, you know what I did? I'm like, oh, crap. But
Show
mom,
them your head.
thank you so much listening to her right now.
Mom,
like,
good choice. 'cause
yes,
this
good choice. Right
coming
here.
through would have been a little too much.
And when I came out, I was flat faced
How
too.
many pounds were it?
Dude, I came out as a 9.8
20
pound.
pounds.
bag.
Oh my god, you're almost
And
a
then
10 pound baby.
yeah, and then
Yeah,
and my
7
my mom is literally like 5'2". So my
Oh
mom.
my god, your mom's.
And
Oh
my
my
mom is a
God.
miracle worker. She's a
Yeah.
miracle, yes.
So that's
And then she said that I drank 2 milks. And then she said the minute they could tell my voice from crying because they said my voice was crying louder than all the other babies.
yo.
He's like,
Yeah. So my dad at one point was like, yo, that's my kid. He's like, where did he get this voice from? Because like my dad's quiet. My mom.
And you're taller than all your.
I'm taller
It's
than
your
all the-
mom. You're your mom.
Yeah, my mom.
You're your
Mom.
mom.
If you meet my mom, we should put my mom on this podcast.
Yeah,
Yeah.
your mom.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we have other stories
Oh, yeah.
about my mom.
His mom's amazing.
I mean,
I didn't get to meet her, but I heard stories.
But yeah, dude, I know we got a little sidetracked, but you know what's really? I just want to know, and I want to bring this up back to what we talked about. You and DPD meeting. This area has been so historical. And by the way, this is a fun fact for you. Talk about you and DPD meeting, but I know exactly the location that they met, and this is something you should know because it's very similar to where it was very near where we are right now.
We met downstairs.
At the Peking Tavern, the old
Peking
soul
Tavern
sausage.
is the old soul sausage.
Oh.
I was there. I remember that.
Yeah,
We're gonna have to have an event there then, like
Yes.
to
it
commemorate
changed.
that.
I was sad because I wanted to have like an anniversary.
Oh, it was
party
soul
or something.
sausage, not
It was
soul
sausage, yeah.
But tell me
Yeah.
what happened. How did this whole go about, and like how did it start from the beginning, and now it's a beautiful ending.
So Daniel and I have met previously before because of LA, but
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I think I was like drunk a few times and I don't really recall it too much. But my ex remembered because he was like, I remember him, but he didn't really drink. He was a weed smoker. He would remember. But Daniel's cousin is my friend Hannah. So we used to rave together. We used to party together. She went skydiving with me for my 26th birthday. Cammie, Jenny, Crystal.
Well, then I'm
and
trying to
Hannah.
remember because you guys all were pretty hot. So like, Cammie, okay, yeah, I know. Who else?
And Hannah.
Hannah.
You-
That one
you-
I don't
you
know.
won't
That one I don't
remember.
know.
Yeah.
But that's true. She
I didn't
had
harass-
she has the most beautiful real
Yeah, she
talk.
does,
Yeah,
she does.
bunch of neck breakers.
In 2010, I don't know what they look like now, but in 2010 they were.
Shots
So we just
fired.
got some unfollowers right now.
Yeah.
Good job.
They don't follow us yet, so don't worry.
But we knew each other because of his cousin, and then they always talk shit about each other. They're actually very similar, so they don't like each other, but they're always like talking shit. We met because Shane had invited me to K-Town Cowboys was having like a Facebook Live event.
Mm-hmm.
So I came in as like a host with them to talk about like relationships, whatever. And it was like with Pedro, Danny, like we were all there. And then
What was his
Danny
name?
there? Huh?
How
Okay,
was
so
Yeah.
we get there, and then I wasn't, because I just came out of a relationship. I've been single. Like, I was going on dates I was just having fun, and it wasn't even on radar like that. We went to Soul Sausage, we did that, and like, we had a good time, and he sat next to me. So we're like, oh, I was just with your cousin 3 days ago. Let's take a picture. So our first picture together is him, like, middle finger up, and then me. We sent it to Hannah. And then we started drinking, having fun, and then the basketball, the finals came on. It was, I think, Golden State in Cleveland. So I'm Cleveland. I'm from, was it?
2015.
Yeah.
Is that the one that LeBron
yes,
won?
because we got together
That was
in
2015. That was 2015.
Yeah.
The finals were that was that. Did you get a year together the year after?
Actually, it was 16. So what was
You're
the
right.
finals?
It is 16. Sorry. Yeah,
Okay,
it was
so
that
it was
year that he
16.
won.
So I'm Cleveland. So at the end, I won. And then the whole time we're just, we had fun at the thing. But I did ask a question when we were playing basketball. I'm like one of those weirdos. I ask like deep questions. I'm like, why do you even make money? Like, what is your end game goal? Like, what's the whole point of it all? And I was like, and he was like, I was like, okay, I'll tell you mine if you tell me yours. And I was like, I want to be Laura Croft. Like, all the money that I have, I want to go find all the wonders of the world. And he's like, well, I want to be Indiana Jones. And I was like,
Come on.
yeah.
Come on,
Be creative.
And I was like, okay, So I was like,
The Last Crusade.
I would say probably the number one thing, which is gonna kill me to say this because I hate telling him, but he's so comedic. He's so funny. Like,
He is.
I haven't really dated somebody that like brings so much comedy relief, but I can't tell him that because it's annoying, So we did that. We watched the game. I won. I talked all this shit, and then it was towards the end of the night, and then Danny and like Pedro, everybody's all there, right? And then I'm friends with all of them too. Like, I've known them like longer than I've known Daniel. And then at the end of the night, Lo comes, and you guys know Lo. And then Lowe's has like an 80-inch screen TV at his house. He's like, I was like, I have to leave. He's like, oh, let's hang out. I was like, I have to leave. I have to go watch Game of Thrones. And he's like, let's watch Game of Thrones together.
Lowe's?
Low,
At
no,
Lowe's.
Low.
Lawrence?
Low, you don't know Low?
I guess not.
That's the bro.
Yeah, he's
okay.
like-
Oh, Lawrence Trump?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
the firefighter?
No.
No. Okay, well,
I'm
we
not
don't
cool,
need him.
sorry.
He's the best.
You got that mom with brain fog too.
No, I'm not.
That's cool, man.
Maybe. Sorry.
But Lowe's like, he heard and he goes, well, I have an 80-inch screen TV at my house, and like, you guys can just come over and watch. And I was like, that sounds so awkward, like to be with him and I was like, I don't.
Oh, he was playing cover.
Yeah,
He was
but
playing,
it's still like as a girl, it's like you don't know if they're trying to get. I don't know.
But the
people
funny,
are
it's
kinda-
funny. Like, I got an
You just
I think you
80
could have beat up at least
I
one of them.
know, but still, I'm very protective,
Yeah, of
right? I
course.
just can't put yourself in these situations. So we end up going over there, and then
she let me protect him, and she
I
went.
I mean, I had to think about it, right? I had to assess the situation.
Oh, okay.
I'm a military kid, so
Yeah.
every time I walk into a room, I always assess
Equalizer, right?
No, I check all the exits
Yeah.
and make sure, like, I know how to get out. That's how I am. So we get to his house and we're hanging out, and then Daniel sits next to me, and then towards the end, he takes forever. This whole time I friend zoned him because it's like that's my cousin, his cousin's friend. I just didn't anything like that, and I wasn't even trying to look for somebody. We sit down, and then towards the end, Daniel sits next to me and he takes his arm and he rubs his arm on me, and I'm like, oh, that's his, like, he's hitting on me, you know what I mean, like that
okay.
he's rubbing. And I got nervous because I was like, oh, I wasn't expecting that, because of course I find him attractive and I like him, but it wasn't that energy, you know what I mean? He doesn't come off. If you guys know Daniel, he's not like that. He's not like an aggressive
You know
guy.
how many times you hit on me after we went to like Los Globos or something? Like, oh,
Yeah, Los Globos.
no, we have too many friends.
I think that was the E.
I just kidding.
I don't know. That's so gross. I got
It's
a
like, but
I got
it's
a weird
actually
visual
like
for your drunk history wig.
Oh my god.
that's where I got the wig from.
You gotta put
That's
that
where
in
I got
there.
the wig from. You know, that was
From your night with DPG. But yeah, so that was the night. And then after he had rubbed my arm, I got nervous because I was like, oh, I wasn't ready for that, you know, because I was like, okay, you know, like, and then he's like, do you want to hang out? And I was like, no, I want to go home. Because it was only like 10, you
Of
know?
course.
It ends at 10. And I was like, no, I want to go home because I was so...
And what were you guys watching again?
What?
What were you watching on the 80-inch screen? That
Game of Thrones.
But you don't care about the 80-inch screen, right? Like,
No. He was just saying, like, my screen's probably bigger than yours. You should just come over and watch it. It'd be better
so many
viewing.
innuendos.
Yeah,
in
we
that.
can innuendo all that all day long.
Innuendos.
Innuendo.
Innuendo. Another Sunglish moment, guys. Okay, go ahead.
You looking in the window, so you know. It's
After he touched my arm, he's looking in the window.
love yourself.
But then after that, what happened was I went home and then I YouTubed him because I was like, okay, I think I like him. You know, like he really is a sweet guy. He's such a nice person, but he just didn't come off like strong. And I'm used to aggressive people. Like I'm used to guys that are like, hey, da da da. So I think that's kind of what was more charming to me about him was like he wasn't aggressive. So I went on and like he's really close with Pedro, and Pedro's like my bro. Like I love Pedro with all my heart.
Shout out to Pedro. Yeah, he's been on the show.
Shout out Pedro.
That's your Pedro in the
He's
clip.
been on the show.
Yeah, those were great
Those
biceps.
clips, yeah.
But I went on and he did an interview with Pedro for one of their K-Town Cowboy movie. And when he was interviewing, the way he held the mic, the way he was so charismatic and passionate about his film, I was like, oh, like that is so cute to me. Like that, I was like,
That was a
I
messy,
love
sexy
that,
me moment, right?
I was like, that's when I'm... Yeah. I was like, I can see why he would rub me, because that's kind of like he's just letting me know he's there kind of a thing. And I was like, okay, I'll consider it. So that was the moment, that whole night and all that whole everything, that was the moment I was like, okay, let's see where it goes. So.
Oh man.
And now we're 8 years in July.
8 years.
8 years?
So
That's been 8 years
you
already?
guys got
Holy
1 year. Oh yeah.
2 years
Yeah,
married, and then 2 years going married, and then 8 years
That's
together.
crazy. You know, my with DPD, like what I love about him is, I just so comfortable with him. Like I remember going into the set of K-Town Cowboys. And I think I might have told this story, but I walked in and I was like, "Oh, Young, this is like a real movie." He got so mad, but he just started laughing. He's like, "Get out of here! Who let this guy in here?" I was like, "Oh no, I didn't mean it like that. I meant to like I knew it was a real movie." I was like trying to like backstab back. Like, oh my gosh, dude! Like, why did I say that? But he's such a good sport, and he's such a good dude. Like I get why. I honestly I think that's why, like, you never know, man. You never know that girl that with the bad ankles. You might not want to. You didn't know.
we gotta edit that out.
That's what I learned.
Life,
That's what I learned.
It might be
Like,
the love of your life.
You just
No,
have
we
to
wanna
just
hear
be
that story.
open. Like at the end of the day, like the energy that's meant for you will find you. That's how I feel.
Yeah.
And like I'm so grateful I waited, because I had different people in my lives, and I had it's like choose your own adventure, right? You could have done anything and been anywhere, and like I picked such a great guy. He's the best father, and like to wait my whole life to have a child, but to know like you can't just have a child, you have to have the right partner. You cannot go backward. Like you can't skip steps.
Of course.
And I picked someone who is like loves her so much. Like I could cry. Like he's just he
a
does
great
it with
guy.
or without me. Like
Yeah.
even if we ever divorced or we weren't together, I would have no worry that he would never like give Presley. I know he'll give Presley the best life ever, and that's how like I'm just very grateful.
You
for
know
that.
how I know he sticks it through? He'll stick it through, and I second that. Is we hung out one time. We went to Globos. We had some fun.
So this
And
global
we
thing
talked.
was real.
We talked. Maybe it was just me talking, but he hung out with me until like 2 p.m. or 3 p.m. the following day.
Oh,
Yeah,
what
we
year was
hung
this?
out the whole night, like talking,
Like literally the whole
talking.
night.
Yeah, yeah.
What were you guys
Hilarious.
talking about?
I don't even remember, dude. We were
What
on.
do you mean? They're at Los
Yeah.
Globos.
we were
They had a
at-
lot of
you
things to
were
talk
on,
about.
You know,
Of course.
Yeah.
so happy for you, man. So happy.
Thank you.
And I feel like there's so much more that we need to tap into because your experience is something that this show is about. Like, because the fact that you have this half American, half white. So I keep saying American. I don't want to say white, but it's like
I
real
don't
true.
feel like it's offending.
Yeah.
any
Well, I don't want to
side,
offend
so it's all-
anyone.
Yeah.
But like a half white, half Korean.
Yeah.
And like you took the route of Korean, you married a Korean guy, but like you still are white.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I am like so white.
Yeah.
Like,
So it's like.
it's
but-
just I just don't get.
But
to
I look at you
yeah.
like I look at you as like full Korean.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean? So it's
Yeah,
like
me too.
it's weird,
Yeah.
you know. But it's like it's that is what we need in the culture, you know, because our culture is everything's so closed off.
Yeah, 100%.
And that's not how life is. We
Yeah.
have all these people that are half and like and the thing about Korean culture, and I'm sorry on behalf of everyone, like if they're haters, right? The girls hated on you because you probably were prettier than them and you had something that they didn't.
I
Right?
had to avoid a lot of times getting jumped. Yes, I had to stand up for myself a lot in K-Town.
Dude, every time I was next to
sure.
her, I was like, dude, I was worried because like all these girls were hating
Ryan's
on her.
running away.
Like, shit, are you about to get jumped right now? Because no.
But
I got your back.
But
Oh,
I
yeah.
always stood up for myself. I never
Yes.
backed
No,
down.
yeah.
I never backed down.
That's why you are who you are within the Korean community within K-Town, and you were able to, like, say, when anyone says Alazay, like, no one thinks about the 1990s. Drink that came out,
Alcohol.
the drink,
Red
the drink that,
Passion.
yeah, the Red Passion drink that came
I always
out.
brought that shit
right?
out.
Alazay and Hypnotic, they came out the same, but you know, Hypnotic, Alazay right
Yeah.
here. But you know what I mean?
I was like, put that hypnotic shit away. It's all about the
all
Alazay.
Alazay, right? So it's like that. There was like that name is like just connect. It just hit you, and even for me to hear that, I'm like, that's like a black drink, right? Like that was like popular during that time. But
It's
I'm
a
like,
good
but
drink.
it fit with
Red
you. I was like,
Passion was
Alazay. It's like, is her name like Amanda or something, or like you know? I'm like, no.
It's just Jessica.
I'm like, how'd she get that name? Like,
Have you met Alazay?
I met Alazay. What do
No,
you mean?
wait,
I
you
met Alazay
met
before you, dog.
Huh? Oh, no.
You might have seen more of Alazay.
I see.
You see some gangster
Yeah,
sides
yeah,
though,
I've
like
seen some.
gangster. Like when I was younger, I was worse. I was a little bit more prim and proper when we met. Like, and if that was bad, then when I was younger was like, we were so
Yeah.
like, thuggish.
I mean, you
thuggish,
might have
so-
different many
Yeah.
faces, but there's only one face I do remember, Jess, and I also remember she hustles.
Mm.
She works for everything. She's one of the definition of people that hard work and she earns.
And she's a mom. That's
She's
one
a
of the
mom
hardest
now.
jobs in the
yeah,
world.
exactly. And the
Is.
fact
Right.
that even
Shout
with
out
that,
to
she has
all
the
the moms
capacity to check up
and
on her
dads.
friends still. I'll be honest with you, I think Jess is the first person I actually was very vulnerable to. So with that, she accepted it. And yeah, just like your creative content, mental vitamins, that's something that she started and it's really good. Have you checked it out?
Mental. I'll be honest. I just. Yes,
Yeah.
I did check it out.
They
You're
did.
learning.
Yes, of course. Oh yeah. Dude,
We're learning.
But yeah, man.
But
like,
yeah, I did. I will. I told you.
okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
but you know, there's so many things that we do want to talk about.
Yeah.
And before, I just feel like
We need to
we need to bring it back, man.
We need to bring it back, but we need like that voice, that female voice.
Yes,
You've
we
been
do.
through it, so please come back. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I can't wait to come back, and I'm so grateful you guys invited me on this podcast and to be a part of your community.
Trust me.
Yes.
Trust me.
Your convert
With the context
conversion,
between- conversions. We're gonna convert some
We're
stuff.
gonna convert.
No, but-
Converting.
But yeah, if any of our listeners want to follow you or find you on Instagram or any other socials, where can they look for you at?
Alazay _official. And then
And your mom, the mom
the
mommy
mom
one,
page.
right? That if you
yeah,
have
I
some,
have Presley and Mama, so I'm building up a mommy page. Basically, I just want to like showcase our experiences, you know, tidbits, hacks, food, whatever it is, and I'm building it from the beginning to the end. So like the beginning of our story when I first started getting pregnant. So it's not per se me at 8 months right now. It's building from when I first got pregnant all the way up. So it's a timeline better. And that's like super fun right now. So yeah.
No, I love it.
All right.
Definitely. I'm gonna be dressed back, but let's make it a little more like mixy.
Yeah,
So
yeah. We'll do some. We'll talk about.
Yeah, we talk about some
the
dirty,
dodos and
some
stuff like
funny
that,
stuff,
you know?
man.
I'm
We don't.
here
I mean, we
for
might
it.
have the demo right now, but we will.
And we'll
get
make sure
there.
that we keep the room really cool for you.
Thank
Yeah,
you. So guys, I'm not drunk. I turned hot red because my hair and the heat.
Yeah, we had
there's a lot of wet mustache. I get the Whitney Houston, so sorry about that.
She is half white, so that's why she has literally. No, but guys, don't forget we actually have a event July 6th.
Yes.
Another Boo Summer Fest that we're doing.
Boo-boo-boo-boos.
Same location. It's going to be in Koreatown, Los Angeles, California, off of Wilshire and Alexandria. Make sure to stop by. It's maybe 12 to 5. We're going to have free giveaways, some fun stuff, some fun games. And actually what's cool about it is that we're going to have a lot of beer and wine tasting, right? So Jess, I hope you're going to make it.
Yeah.
By the way,
Right?
you know, that's the day of
I'll
her
be there for
birthday.
sure.
It is her birthday.
Yeah, it's
Do you
her
want to
birthday
invite
that day,
her,
yes.
everyone
Yeah.
to her birthday
Yeah,
too?
you guys
Right?
can all come to my birthday party at Intercrew.
Intercrew. So
Alright,
it's going to be
there
a
you
block
go.
party. We're going to hit
We'll
one
do it
party up. We're going
10
to have
till
our party.
late.
We're going to go to another event, and then we're going to go to
And
another
then-
event. So either way, you guys want to check it out. Okay, guys? So
Come join us, man.
all right, bring us home, baby.
All right. Oh, man, I forgot how to wrap this up. You know, we'll have Jess wrap it up for us.
How do you want me to
Sorry,
wrap it
no, I'm
up?
just playing with you.
Say, guys,
Yeah.
thanks for listening.
All right, guys, thanks for listening, and tune in with us next time here at Conversations.
And you could follow us on.
And you can follow
No,
us
she
on.
doesn't know,
I
bro.
don't know how would I
That's
know.
you, bro.
I know that's not the pick up
Okay.
what you can.
Oh, my bad.
No, I love this. I
Okay,
love this.
okay, we'll do it again. Go.
All right. I'll do it. So, guys, don't forget to follow us on our social, Conversations_pod. Like and subscribe because it helps us out. Thanks.
Thanks for
See
joining.
you guys.